Imagine using AI to make you look better on camera. No, seriously. I'm always amazed at the things that AI can do that maybe I've never thought of before. I've been using AI for over 2 years and use it hundreds of times daily. And every once in a while, I get an idea and I'm like, wow, I never thought of that. Well, today was one of those situations. I just installed some new monitors and had to rearrange some of the lights on my desk. And I thought, I'm not a lighting expert. I'm not really sure where I look best. My lighting can be a little bit different. I've got blue backlights. I've got some different colors on the wall. Obviously, my white beard. I wear hats. I have glasses that reflect. I don't know where these should be set. I thought, you know what? Let's try and find out if AI can look at images that I capture, screen captures of how I look on camera, and help me adjust my lights accordingly. I got to tell you, we went from what I thought was really good, it looked good to me, to even better. And we did it in about 15 minutes. Join me as I walk you through the steps I took with AI, and you tell me which of the images do you think was better. All right, so I took those screenshots that I mentioned and I started in Google Gemini. And as you can see here, I uploaded both a screenshot of the way I look on camera at the current lighting settings, and I uploaded a snapshot of my Elgato key light settings. And just in case you're curious, I'll go ahead and show you here. With my Elgato key lights, you can see up here in the corner, I can control both the temperature and the brightness of these lights. And I began at a level of about 4K and 40% brightness. I thought it looked pretty good, but I asked Gemini, and candidly, it made a massive difference. So we uploaded. You can see it made some recommendations. First, it said, let's go ahead and make some changes to the color. We moved that for my white beard, my blue background, different things. It gave me really good feedback that I was getting a yellow cast that I hadn't sensed well. And not a big surprise, my eyes probably aren't as good as AI is. And then we made that change. We went through and I did not adjust the brightness yet. I made one change at a time. And I encourage you, as you're doing this, do the same thing. Make one change at a time so that you can figure out what you're changing works and what doesn't work. So we went through that. I just changed my temperature. Went from 4K to 5500K. Here's the updated photo. And I asked it to reevaluate. It liked that, said it looked better. I agreed when I took a look at it, by the way. And then it said, all right, now let's go ahead and adjust the brightness a little bit. So we did. I upped the brightness to 50%, and you can see that image here. Again, I just grabbed a screenshot from my camera. You can open up a Zoom meeting. I happen to have a camera app, and that has the preview. I grabbed a screenshot of that and uploaded that. And it said, okay, that's better. And I went through and again, we continued to make changes, and it was happy. But in typical AI fashion, it didn't necessarily give me any additional recommendations. So I asked it, and I said, based upon that last image, any recommendations for movement of lights or other changes? Because I thought, are my lights at the right height? Are they too high, too low? They're both sitting off at about 45-degree angle from where I'm sitting, but I wanted some professional advice because I'm not a lighting expert. Well, it analyzed that last image and it said, hey, let's create a fill light and a key light. Not that I needed to buy new lights, but I could adjust the brightness individually of each of my lights. Again, go back and take a look here at my controls. You can see I can adjust the brightness here, and I did. My left light, I now have at a lower brightness than I have my right light at. And by doing that, we went ahead and made that change. I went to 25% on the left light, 50% brightness on the right light, and we went ahead and uploaded everything. Let's go ahead. There we go. So I've updated that, and you can see that it made good recommendations, or it liked that, I should say. It liked where we did. Then the last thing it recommended was maybe I should raise my lights higher in order to deal with some of the shadowing and particularly the glare on my glasses. Now, I hadn't noticed a lot of the glare, but we went ahead and did that, and we uploaded it. And again, you can see this image right here as compared to this. They look pretty similar to me, but we went ahead and took a look through, and I do think this one is slightly better. Not a major difference, but I do think it's slightly better, and especially since I wear hats on a regular basis. And we went ahead and raised it, and again, it went through and gave me that final analysis of where it's at. I believe my lights now are a whole lot better as a result. So there you have it. I leveraged AI's vision capabilities to actually take a look at screenshots of my lighting and make recommendations. Temperature recommendations, color recommendations, and even height and placement recommendations of the lights in order to get a better overall lit scenario for me, whether I'm doing podcasts, whether I'm doing Zoom meetings, or anything else that requires me to be on video with my lighting. I'd love to hear your feedback. Have you ever thought about doing this? And what are some other unique things you've leveraged AI, and maybe specifically AI vision capabilities, to do?